Citizen, tell me, traveler, do you have any regrets? Of course you do. We all do. They say regrets are the foundation of wisdom, for if we do not regret our mistakes, we are damned to repeat them. Our successes, meanwhile, need not to be remembered, for they only serve to bolster our temerity. That is why a general is haunted not by his victories in the battlefield, but those that slip from his grasp. That is the way we are meant to live, always stumbling forward, looking back only to see how far we've come. For some things, such a task is simple. A hastily written report, a tactless reply, a spilled drink. For others, the tendrils run deeper, rooting your body in the earth. There is no way forward. Not until you free yourself of the memory. Not until you make things right. A thief, the one that got away, an imperial woman based on the reports, and a lone operative. She's burglarized homes of a number of notable lords, thanes, and nobles. At times, she's even ransomed their children. She's outfoxed the city guards, evaded the Ocularists, and even managed to rankle prominent members of the Thieves' Guild. Unfortunately, the resources of the Empire are exhausted in tracking her down and forced the Council to suspend all pursuit. Given the state of the Imperial coffers, it was cheaper to let her run free and compensate the grieved for their losses. Only I remain dedicated to the cause of justice, and what I lack in men and resources, I make up for in will. I've chased her across Tamriel for the last 15 years, and I believe I'm closer than ever to catching her. I'm not sure what I find more incredulous, that you were a thief, or that you'd advertise this fact in the office of the Penitus Oculatus. Either way, you're not my problem any longer. I'm retired. It's the only way I can pursue this case without being reprimanded by my superiors. There have been several witnesses' accounts of a raven-haired thief posing as a bard. As you know, most who reside here are light of hair and tall in stature, which already narrows down the list of possible culprits. And while there are bards in Skyrim from here to Riften, there is only one capable of playing that song. Dusk at Anvil Harbor was its name, if I call it correctly. A beautiful but solemn tune about the sunset over the Gold Coast and the tragic death of a loved one. I do. It's been burned into the bone of my skull from sketches and wanted posters and images from another time. A raven-haired woman, 32 years of age, with an aquiline nose and eyes the color of steel. She is as fearsome as an orc, but can be as cunning as a diplomat, and if need be, can charm me with the grace of a sylph. I meant it as an estimate, nothing more. Given her description, she could be anywhere from 30 to 34 years of age. I choose the middle ground. I try to make my descriptions as accurate as possible, so that my words will not be distorted as they are conveyed to the next person. If I were to say she was in her early 30s, the information would quickly degrade as it passed from mouth to ear. For instance, someone might forget to include the word early. With just a simple omission, she can now be as old as 39. The Raven of Anvil is cunning enough on her own. It does us little good to cast more shadows which she can conceal herself. Yes, I thought it was best to give her a name that was more memorable and identifiable. All reports are at times conflicting, but the most reliable agree on one point. The girl has hair as black as a raven, so dark that it seems to devour the light around it. And like the ominous bird, she is not to be trusted, and the very sight of her is a wicked portent for those who have worked hard for their wealth. None more so than the Countess of Anvil, who in her weakness opened the doors of the Great Hall to this Eater of Carrion. The Countess's cousin had passed away, and she was now on her 12th day of mourning. She refused to eat, and refused to sleep. Soon her court was deprived of the same. As her mood grew more and more contemptuous, it seemed nothing would allay her grief. Many bards and poets came from all over Tamriel to celebrate the life of a cousin, in hopes of appeasing the Countess. Yet it seemed that even time itself had given up all hope, until the day a raven-haired minstrel walked into the castle and gently strummed her lute. Those who were in attendance insisted that it was the saddest song ever heard by mortal ears. They claimed the sky rained for 7 days and 7 nights, as both the Countess and the divines exhausted all the tears. That night, the entire court slept for the first time in weeks, and when they awoke, they found their cases and coffers emptied of their valuables. Safe travels.
Wenn ihr zu viel trinkt, fliegt ihr raus. Keine Betrunkenen.
Ah, ein Gast. Haus Alt-Heroldern kann auf eine Geschichte von mehreren Jahrhunderten zurückblicken.
How can I help you? Tidings, Sarah. My name is Asteria, a traveling bard on her way to Markarth. If you would like to hear a song, do not hesitate to make a request. I require no coin or patronage for my services. All I ask in return is the following favor. Should my verse please you, then I would be most gracious if you spread word of my song to the citizens of the Reach. It's good to see that there are those in Skyrim who still speak with grace and live with honor. As you wish. What would you like me to play? An unusual request, to say the least. Are you by chance from the Gold Coast? Although it is not a well-known tune even there. However, you're in luck. As I hail from Cyrodiil, I am well versed in songs of all varieties, and songs of melancholy are my specialty. Waves touch the coast, harbored in twilight's blue. From dawn came the sunlight, and with dusk it fades from our view. Calm embraces the sky, while storms rage in our hearts. For honor, glory, and love, from Anvil we do depart. The fire lights the path, and the salt it sprays in our eyes.
When dawn kissed the ocean, from the golden light came our birth. And when dusk falls on the harbor, to the golden shores we will return.
How can I help you? It's the very same. From whom, may I ask, did you hear the tale? As you should, for I already gave you my name and my vocation. If you mean to insinuate that I'm a certain raven-haired thief, then you will not be the first. We do share a number of similar traits. For that reason, I keep the certificate of my birth on my person. It states that I was born Asteria of Bravil, under the birth sign of the ritual. It is well known that the Raven of Anvil was born on the darkest month of the evening star, under the birth sign of the thief. And while we are not the same woman, I must admit, I have used her infamy to my advantage, both as a bard and a lady. Why, yes. Besides, if I were truly the Raven of Anvil, why play the song? Why not cover my hair with a cloth? You're persistent and clever. I like that. All right, clever girl. I will say this and nothing more. There was once a loyal and dedicated soldier who held beside him a great big shield. For king and country he raised it high, shielding himself from arrow and sword. And when his king raised the land and raped its people, he used it to shield his eyes. She may. A bard hears many rumors on the road, some of which are quite valuable to those who work in the shadows. To the left of the entrance to Markarth, you will find a storeroom, with a workbench and a man, a guard by the name of Lundvar. Blood stains his eyes, and mead frosts his breath. He is short for a Nord, yet nothing short of an honorable one. What he does not know is he has been betrayed. When you tell him this, his lips will be as loose as his throat is wet. He knows the location of a ledger, one that names the greatest bards in all of Skyrim. I would pay good coin to have my name atop it. That is a heavy accusation, Sarah. Rumors are but ghosts, and it's best we don't pay them any heed. But I'll allow it this one time, if you do as I ask. Take this letter to the guardsman. When you have gained his trust, you will ask him a favor. To write my name on a ledger of famous bards. Nothing more. As for your payment, I will give you half of it now. When my name is on that list, you'll receive the rest. Greetings.